On the latest episode of Farmer Wants a Wife, the edit is infiltrated by lily pads, and the cast gets invaded by earworms.
I was on a high, and then I just went straight to a low.
And I was coming off of a really high, but I feel like I was coming off of a high from our date.
And coming from a super high of the date.
I'm Lizzie Frizzle. Let's talk about TV.
You guys ready to pitch some tents?
Season 3, Episode 7 is called Let's Go Camping, and the cast does exactly that when they head somewhere in Texas for the next group event. But before they can be on their way, the edit has to heavy-handedly set up the storylines that are going to matter this episode. It won't take long, though, because they're basically the exact same storylines from last time and the time before that.
I still want him to open up, go a little deeper, and show more affection. I've done all that I can at this point.
I've done everything I can at this point to show Matt my feelings for him.
He's a friend to all, but I am needing a little bit more. I am needing a little bit more from Matt.
I'm Juliana, nice to meet you.
I can't believe he really did that. It just kind of sucks.
John bringing Juliana home.
It just kind of sucks.
Remember what this show was like when we used to be allowed to learn things about the contestants on it? And it's not like the series was ever good at showcasing people, because it can't be with such a big cast. But compared to now, the first 2 seasons feel like detailed character portraits. Alex appeared in the show to repeat herself for 3 episodes, then get eliminated. Hope did the same thing, but for 2 episodes. Since Jordan's solo date with Farmer Matt, she and her guitar have basically become set decorations. And after this episode, I think Chelsea is probably going to be Matt's winner. So how do we not know anything about her other than where she's from?
Where are we going camping?
Texas.
Texas girl.
Welcome to the great state of Texas, y'all.
Welcome to Texas.
You too.
In Alabama, at the top of the episode, Farmer Jay tries to reassure Grace and Karina about his feelings for them after inviting Rissa to join their group. But Karina needs time to cool off.
I just needed to cool down.
Meanwhile, Grace needs to take her mic off to tell Jay about her feelings privately. So he helps her take off her mic, then talks to her with his still on.
I feel like it's definitely a weird situation.
I can promise you, there's no doubt in my head about you.
Look, she's bringing the camera.
Yeah, Grace, that's her job. Also, this scene reminded me so much of the one between Farmer Hunter and Megan from season 1. It pretty much convinced me that Grace will be Jay's winner. Possibly wife, but most likely just winner. In the morning in Missouri, Farmer John's horse eats breakfast the exact same way it did last episode. Inside, John's contestants, now one Juliana richer, sit together over coffee. The editors pump in loud slurping sound effects to let you know that the silences between the women are awkward ones, not normal morning ones between tired people who haven't known each other that long. The cast finds out about the group trip and packs all the camping essentials: tents, s'mores, and avocados. Colton warns his contestants to dress warm, but they all show up in cutoffs because if there's one thing this season hasn't cut the budget for, it's blankets. Other popular fashion choices include gingham, bandanas, and cosplaying as the host. In the bare open field we only know is in Texas, thanks to a shot of a Welcome to Texas sign, the women catch up with each other and Kim Williams-Paisley. Claire and Chelsea can't tell if they're just John and Matt's friends or more. Juliana and Rissa, the 2 newcomers, do producer-mandated bonding about being newcomers.
And if you want to go talk over here. Let's do it. Yeah.
Hope also gets screen time, a sign of her imminent elimination. Elsewhere, in a slightly less empty field, the farmers chat amongst themselves. Colton brings up Hope for the first time all season, a sign of her imminent elimination, to tell the guys that she wants him to be someone he's not.
I feel like she's gonna want something different than what I actually am.
But what is she expecting Colton to be other than a farmer? And how could he even know that when, according to the edit, he hasn't spoken to Hope since their initial speed date? Later, the women reunite with their farmers to start pitching tents, or in the case of John's group, the women reunite with their law student to watch him pitch a tent for them. Kim Williams-Paisley reveals that at the end of the camping trip, the farmers will pick the women they want to take on their final solo dates of the season. Wait, final solo dates of the season? That means the farmers are only going to get to go on 3 dates before choosing their final 2 contestants. 4, if you count the chats they each had with a woman their friends thought they should eliminate. Ann Keeley, But why should I count them as full solo dates if the show isn't even?
But with Keely, I haven't really done any single time with her alone.
This season is going to be the same length as season 1, but the pacing this time around is way worse because the format's been altered to stretch each group get-together into multiple episodes, like this camping trip is apparently going to be. As a result, there have been fewer solo dates, less character development, less farm work, and more repetitive storylines. The most engaged I was during this episode was when I realized that Matt and Colton have been wearing the same hat all season. With tents pitched and my complaints about the show exhausted, the farmers move on to one-on-one talks with their contestants. Jay reassures Karina, then Grace. Bailey seeks her own reassurance from Colton. Guess how he gives it to her.
This whole process has been like hard because I don't like sharing. I don't like sharing you.
I think the best thing for you is just to chill out, like for real.
I don't know. Oh gosh.
The way Colton goes about getting these kisses is like what Barney from How I Met Your Mother would have done when he was first figuring out how to charm women before he got bored and escalated to his playbook. Obviously, Colton's not running predatory scams like Barney does, but most of his kisses start with some little gimmick he's come up with. First, there was the trade.
I'll give you this, but you gotta trade me.
Poor.
Next, he did the trick question.
I just thought of the question that I always wanted to ask you this whole time. I've been wanting to ask you since day one. Do you want to kiss me as bad as I want to kiss you?
Yes, I did.
Later in this episode, Colton does the trick.
Did you see that fish jump over there? Right over there.
No.
He tried the teach me a few weeks ago, but it didn't work.
I'm a terrible kisser.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. Do you want to try? Just to see?
We're not doing it here.
And his latest kiss with Bailey kind of felt like Colton just wanted her to stop talking about how he's currently dating 3, soon to be 2, other women. At a different sitting area, with a blanket, John tells Claire he's surprised they get along despite all their differences.
You like hunting. I grew up vegetarian.
But John also agrees with Claire that their ideal partners would be people different from them to keep things from getting boring. I don't know if I believe John, though.
I really actually did enjoy having you around because it was fun. It felt like, I had somebody that was like in the exact same headspace as me.
Back at the fire pit, feeling ignored, Juliana realizes that she can't progress her and John's relationship, if you can even call it that yet, unless he picks her for the final solo date, since the other women have already spent weeks getting to know him.
I realized that John and I haven't had enough quality time for me to feel comfortable in taking that next step.
Then she has the same realization again the next day.
I realized that John and I haven't had enough quality time for me to feel comfortable in taking that next step.
That night, Farmer Nathan and Taylor, the still-together couple from last season that hadn't appeared on this season yet, appear to eat dinner with the cast and offer advice about the dating show experience.
Get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Matt is struck by the similarities between himself and Nathan, like their taste in shirts. Both were also slow to show physical affection in an attempt to befriend their contestants first, much to the frustration and confusion of their contestants. But now, fired up by Nathan's advice to be more honest with both himself and the women, Matt pulls Alex for a private talk. I thought he was going to show her the physical affection she's been wanting, but instead he eliminates her for a lack of a romantic connection. Literally the exact opposite thing. Simultaneously, across the campground, Colton eliminates Hope because he doesn't believe they'd make each other happy. But she thinks it's because he's scared of how happy they could be together.
Some guys, when they're scared of something, they run from it.
Matt's big night continues when he pulls Chelsea to privately celebrate her birthday with a cute little cake and freshly picked flowers.
Are these real?
Yeah, of course. Picked them myself.
Matt also tells Chelsea that she's beautiful and smart, that he's crushing on her, and that she stands out even when she's not the center of attention.
That's sweet.
Matt also gives Chelsea a hug with his hand under her jacket. That's like the Matt equivalent of Colton sleeping with someone. Later, Matt tells Jordan that when he thinks about eliminating her, he gets sad. But it feels like a consolation compliment after watching him bare his soul to Chelsea.
So yes, I do have a big crush on you.
Meanwhile, John takes Lily for an after-dinner chat with a blanket. She compliments his humor, he compliments her confidence, and they kiss. John tells the camera, and not Lily, that there's been a spark between them since they met, but she's surprised to have been John's first successful kiss on the show. Probably because she assumed that this many weeks into being the lead on a dating show, he'd have kissed someone already. Around the campfire, Lily announces the smooch to the group. The news makes Kaylee realize that her own relationship with John has fizzled. It also makes her cry, the only thing that's happened more this season than Colton kissing people. After a quick debate with herself,
Did I choose to leave?
Kaylee quits the show. But don't worry, John's not too broken up about it.
I think Kaylee and I both understood that our relationship wasn't going anywhere romantic.
At the end of the night, Colton pulls Zoe for a one-on-one talk because
I just went on a date with her. The only thing that I would change about that is I didn't show her how much I like her.
as soon as Colton used the word show instead of tell, we all knew what was coming.
You want to do your thing and I want to do my thing, and it's not like you want to enter my life and kind of like
Take over.
exactly,
and, yeah.
or like hold me down from something, and I like that about you.
Did you see that fish jump over there? Right over there.
No.
Nothing more romantic than derailing the conversation while someone is complimenting you for not being controlling to trick them into kissing you. Jay also talks to Rissa during this part of the episode, but we only see enough of their conversation to learn that she likes to travel. I just didn't want to leave him out like the show did. In the morning, the campground is abuzz and a butterfly with activity. Chelsea cooks bacon, Matt makes misshapen pancakes, Colton eats a raw egg, Zoe refuses to eat a raw egg, and elsewhere, Haley gets involved in another farm's drama. She's 4 for 4 now, when she encourages Bailey to confront Colton about pursuing Zoe too aggressively. While they talk, they chop up potatoes exactly how Gordon Ramsay teaches you to on MasterChef. Hunched over, straddling the cutting board with your long hair dangling above it. At the end of the episode, the farmers invite women on their final solo dates. Jay picks the only person left who he hasn't picked yet, Rissa. Despite him choosing the dreaded new contestant, neither Grace nor Karina have any reaction. But the same can't be said for the other groups. When Matt picks Chelsea, Haley questions her connection with him, since according to her,
Chelsea got like a good amount of time to talk to him. I didn't.
Bailey feels unappreciated and under-pursued when Colton chooses Keely. His reason, like we saw earlier, is that he and Keely haven't spent any alone time together. But then what do you call this? Finally, when John asks Claire on his last solo date, Lily doesn't mind because she just got kissed. But the dreaded new contestant Juliana is wondering why he bothered bringing her around. And so am I. Will Juliana quit the show? And if she doesn't, will Haley? And if neither of them do, then will Bailey? More importantly, will John ever scratch that itch?
I have an itch on my head. No, it's okay. You're not going to get it if I can't.
Find out next week on another Farmer Wants a Wife recap. Thanks for watching. In the meantime, if you're so inclined, please like and subscribe, and also turn on notifications to be notified about the next video. Thanks again, and see you then. Bye!